Welcome once again. It's time for another edition of Shelf Life Book Reviews Online. And this time out, I'm pleased to bring to your attention two great nonfiction books about two great guitarists. So if you're a music fan, you will definitely find these books worthy of adding to your collection. The very first one is King of the Blues, The Rise and Reign of B.B. King by Daniel DeVise. This was published by Atlantic Monthly Press and retails for $41.95, and it is a bargain. This is really the first definitive book on B.B. King, which is very surprising considering the fact he had such an amazing career and he did so much in the world of music. He influenced a lot of great guitarists of the more modern age, like Jimmy Page, Eric Clapton, and Jeff Beck. But B.B. King was born Riley B. King in 1925. He was born into poverty, and he always loved music. In church, he was influenced by the music that surrounded him, and he eventually he got a guitar, and he was influenced himself by Blind Lemon Jefferson, Lonnie Johnson, and T-Bone Walker. And he called his guitars, they were all known as Lucille. And there's a long story to that. I guess he met a woman somewhere, and there were some interesting encounters, and there was a fire. And so let's just say it was an interesting tale, which you will enjoy reading. But in his life, he had a lot of dreams. He planned to build a 55-unit motel as an investment property, but unfortunately that fell through. He was taken advantage of by some people in the business, and he lost money because of that. But as the author points out, he was very true to his fellow musicians. He paid them well, and he made sure they were taken care of. Now, the author, Daniel DeVise, is a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist. So he knows his craft. He did his research so meticulously. There's so many layers to B.B. King. And you will find out that supposedly he fathered 15 children. But that was an urban myth because apparently he was sterile and he couldn't conceive any children. So there's a lot to his life. He also had problems with gambling. He lost a lot of money. He was investigated by the IRS, and he owed a lot of money to them. But the author covers every facet of his life, and he had a really great life. So if you want a book about the blues, you won't be singing the blues when you read this book. You will be overjoyed at reading it. And this is what a king is all about. He was the king of the blues. So that is the first book. Book number 2 is Eruption, the Eddie Van Halen story by Paul Brannigan. This is published by Faber and Faber, and it retails for $32.95. A lot has been written about Eddie Van Halen. Like B.B. King, he was classed as one of the guitar gods. And though in this book there's not a lot of new information, there's enough to make it interesting if you haven't read the previous books. But Eddie Van Halen had an interesting life as well, too. He was influenced by a lot of the guitar greats. And when he formed Van Halen with his brother Alex, it was actually, when he began, there were some naysayers that said, nah, the band's too much like other bands. But other people said they are going to go far, and they're going to be one of the most sought after bands in the world. And that second critic was very correct. With Michael Anthony and David Lee Roth, the four of them forged a real musical legacy, really, with great songs like Jump and so many more songs. Now, eventually David Lee Roth went for a solo career, And Eddie Van Halen was considering replacing him with Patti Smythe of the band Scandal, but that fell through, so Sammy Hagar came and joined the band. And things were fine for quite a few years till there's sort of a falling out with the band and Sammy Hagar. So he left. Now, the book also talks, not in great detail, about his marriage to Valerie Bertinelli, former star of One Day at a Time. And they had a son, Wolfgang, who eventually joined the band when Sammy Hagar left. And it's a very interesting tale. Of course, there's the usual stories of drug abuse, alcohol abuse, which really led to Eddie Van Halen's, fall from grace. Now, he passed away last year, a very untimely death, but he still left behind an incredible musical legacy. So if you're a Eddie Van Halen fan, this is definitely a book. It's not the only book, like I noted, that has been written, but it offers enough information that it is recommended. So those are the two books I wanted to bring to your attention this time out. So hopefully when you're at your local bookstore and you're seeking out reading material for the winter months, that you'll consider these two for sure. So that's it for this week. I will see you again real soon, and as always, please stay safe, stay sane, stay social distancing, and do stay in touch. Bye for now.